let him cook. Son, let him cook!
An amazing teacher. I love math. Thanks, Mr. Ink. Like and subscribe.
Problem number 1 says use Pascal's triangle to expand the binomial. This says a plus b to the 4th power. If you put your finger over here at the 4th power, this is the 4th power. And these are called the coefficients. Everyone say coefficients? 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. And then what you would do is you start with the first variable and use that to the 4th power, and you just count down. 4, 3, 2, 1, and there's a 0, a to the 0 power, because a to the 0 power is 1. And then from this side, you take the second variable and you count down. So 4, b to the 3rd, b to the 2nd, b to the 1st, b to the 0. Okay? And then if you needed to, you would simplify. So this would be using Pascal's triangle to expand a plus b to the 4th. Remember, if you did this 4 times, I just want to give you a visual. Then you would do a plus b to the a squared plus ab to the b squared. So this would be 1, 2, 3, and then you would get something really, really large. Does that make sense? So instead of us actually multiplying all this out, you can just use Pascal's triangle. Question number 2. Go ahead and put your finger on the exponent or the power. The power is 7. Now, look at Pascal's triangle. Do not look at the 7th row, but look at where we listed out the 7th power. Put your finger on that row. Here is the 7th power. It is essentially the 8th row, and I'm going to use these numbers, so I'm going to copy this down. So your paper has font size 6, so use font size 6. Then 8. Okay. What do I do with those yellow marks? I'm going to write down those numbers, and those become our coefficients. What do they become, class?
Coefficients.
So 1, 7, 21, 35, 35, 21, 7, and 1. After I write down the coefficients, I'm going to choose the left expression, and I'm going to start that to the 7th power. And I'm going to work my way down, or descending. So 8 to the 7, a to the 6, a to the 5, a4, a3, a2, a1, a0. Now, a to the 0 power is 1. Does that make sense? This actually kind of tells you in Pascal's triangle, anything to the power of 0 is 1. So, do you normally write 1? Do you normally tell people, hey, I am 16 times 1? No, you just say I'm 16. So, this here is just more for a reference or to help you. Okay? Alright. Now, on the right side. What side, class?
Right side.
So right side, I'm going to start at 7. And what do you think I'm going to do? We're going to go to the left, and we're going to count going down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and b to the 0. And all of those numbers are positive or negative? Positive. And if you wanted to make it cleaner, you can just take off all the 1s and the 8 to the 0s. So this would be a nice clean answer. 8 to the 7th plus 7a6 b to the b. 21a to the 5th b to the 2nd. 35a to the 4th b 3rd. 35a to the 3rd b to the 4th. Plus 21a squared b to the 5th. Plus 7a b6. So again, I didn't write that 1. I don't need to write this 1. I don't need to write a to the 0, so just plus b to the 7th. And there's your answer in green. What are some ways that you can check your answer? You'll notice that all the exponents, if you add those together, what do you get? You get the exponent we started with, which was 7. So we basically did this problem, expanded it using Pascal's triangle. Alright, for question number 3, do you guys see how small the font size is? I want you to match it. So if you think it's font size 8, then you write that small, because you're going to need it when you expand it. Put your finger on the power. Shh. Put your finger on the power. That's to the 8th power. Put your finger on the row. This is the 8th power. Now pay attention, this is not the 8th row. It's actually the 9th one, because you start at 0. What does that mean? I'm going to write out all of those coefficients. I'm going to start way over here to give myself plenty of space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and let's go up here 9. And now I'm going to write down the coefficients. 1, 8, 28, 56, 70, 56, 28, 8, and 1. And then the next thing it tells me is that it's to what power class? 8. So I'm going to start over here. A to the 8th power, and I'm just going to count down. A to the 8th, A to the 7, A to the 6, A to the 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, it's not wrong if you put in A to the 0 over here, because A to the 0 power is 1. We don't have to write 1, right? You don't say, hey, how old are you? I'm 16 times 1. You don't normally say that. Okay, then you start back on this right side, and we'll start with what? B to the 8th. So now I'm going to do the second part. So this is B to the 8th, B to the 7th, B to the 6th. And here's a little trick. The exponents add up to your degree. Do you see that? That's how you know you're doing it correctly. 0 plus 8 is 8, 1 plus 7 is 8, 2 to 6 is 8. What am I going to write here? B to the 5, B to the 4, B to the 3, B to the 2, B to the 1, and B to the 0 power. Now here is one good thing. They're pluses. So here we expanded A plus B to the 8th power using Pascal's triangle. Give yourself plenty of space. Write really small. Take your time. Make sure you have that Pascal's triangle so you can use it. Alright, let's do question number 4. You guys just wrote down steps how to expand this. It says, number 1, identify the exponent, then write the coefficients. So put your finger on the exponent, The exponent for number 4 is right here. It's the 9. This 9 is going to tell us to now find the coefficients. So if I look at my triangle here, you can find that 9 in 2 locations. Number 1, the 9th power. That means that you would write down all of these numbers. Okay? There's 10 numbers there. The second way you can figure out to get to that row is looking at the yellow one that I've highlighted. And if I look at 9 here, that means I need to write down all of these numbers. Seriously, write super small. Let's write down those numbers. So I have something to show you what numbers I'm on. Right above the ruler, those are the numbers I need to write down. Super, super small. 1, 9, and give yourself a little bit of space between them because we have to write some other things in there. Okay, that was step number 1. That was identifying the exponent. Look at the triangle, and then we're writing down these numbers as our coefficients. Coefficients just means numbers that are going to be in the front. Step number 2. Jasmine, can you read step number 2 for us?
Start with things on the left and descend.
Alright, put your finger on the left-hand side. I'm going to start with a to the 9th. So let's write that. A to the 9th right next to the 1 here. Let me see if I can do my best to zoom in. So here I'm going to write a to the 9th power. And descend means to go down. Class, what does descend mean? Class, what does descend mean? Down. So a to the 9th. A to the what? A, and all we do is just count down. 7, 6, can't see that, let's focus that. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, a to the first, and then this one's a little bit weird, but you're going to write a to the 0 power. Okay, what do we do next? Step number 3, we're going to start with the b's on the right side, and we're going to descend. So again, I'm going to start with b to the 9th. And then I'm going to go down from 9. B to the 8th, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. How do you know you did this correctly? If you add the exponents, 6 plus 3 will equal 9. All of these will equal 9. 3 plus 6, 9. 2 plus 7, 9. And then the last step tells us to simplify. What does it mean to simplify? Alright, so we were asked to expand a plus b to the 10th power. Now, are these the right coefficients, John R?
No.
What's incorrect about it?
There's no 252.
I see a 252.
210.
I see two sets of 210s. Is it okay?
And also there's no
Yeah, I think that student was working on that. But based on the numbers they have there, is that correct? What's wrong about it?
I just feel like the numbers aren't right. Two of those numbers aren't right.
Okay, so if I take a look at mine, we're looking at the 10th power. I don't have the 10th power in this one. Let's try a different one. 10th power. Yeah, those look like the correct numbers.
Oh, mine's wrong too.
110, 45, 120, 210. Remember, this is not the 10th row, this is actually the 11th row because this is the 10th power because we have a power to the 0. So those were correct. Okay, let's look at some more student work here. Alright, Casey. Based on what you see here, do you see any mistakes?
I mean, I can't really tell what they wrote, but from the top, all the numbers look correct. The numbers that they wrote down.
Yeah. Alright, so if I do a countdown, Casey, count with me. Ready, set, go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Did they put a 4 there?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
So I noticed that there's not an a to the 0 power in the last term. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Alright, let's look at this one. Brian M. Let's count the exponents for B. So go ahead and count. 0.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Brian, do all of the exponents add up to 10? 0 plus 10 equals 10, right? Do all of them add up to 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one looks good. Now, we learned, I think the student was just running out of time, but did you guys see what they did? They're canceling a to the 0 power because class a to the 0 power is 1. Anything to the 0 power is equal to 1s. And do you have to write the 1 here? No. So in the last term, in your final answer, if you just had b to the 10th, that would be full credit. This is not wrong, but it's kind of like my analogy is if you go to In-N-Out and you say I want a double-double, it would be probably a person would get fired if they gave to you 2 buns and they separated the hamburger and they put the onions on the side, right? You want it all together in a certain order. Does that make sense? That didn't make sense?
I love math. You don't love math? What's wrong with you? I love math.
So in question number 6, it tells us to expand a plus b to the 13th power. I really don't want to do FOIL or multiplying boxes a bunch of times, so we have Pascal's triangle. How do you use Pascal's triangle? You can add the nth term. So this would be the 0, anything to the 0 power. This would be to the first and second and all the way down. Or you can just use the second row because we were running out of space. It's kind of hard to see, but mine's going slanted. What does that mean? On the 13th power here, I'm going to have to use all of these numbers as my coefficients. Okay? So I'm going to rewrite all of those numbers again. Write super small, and feel free to go into question number 5. So I'm going to write all those numbers. 1. And leave yourself some space. 78, 288, 715, 1287, 1716, 1716, 1287, 715, 78, 13, and 1. So what I did is I just wrote down all the coefficients here for the 13th power. The next thing I'm going to do is pick my A letter, and I'm going to start at the 13th power, and I'm going to descend. Everyone say descend. Descend means to go down. A to the 13th, A12, A11, A10, that's 10, A9, B8, no, A8, A7, A6, A5, A4, A3, A2, A1. We're missing a number. Uh, 782, 712, 87, 715. Up, right there. These two add to 286. 78, 13, and 1. So that means this is going to be 286, 78, 13, and then plus 1. So I'm kind of going down here. That would be A to 0. Okay, then the last thing we need to do is you're going to go from the B value, and you're going to start at the 13th power on the far right. So this would be B to the 13th. Let's pick a different color. This will be B to the 12, B to the 11, B to the 10, B to the 9. I can't zoom in anymore, guys. B to the 8, B to the 7, B to the 6, B to the 5, B to the 4, B to the 3, B to the 2nd, B to the 1st, and then B to the 0 power. So if I started on the left side and the numbers are going up, 0, 1, 2 for the B's, that's called ascending. Everyone say ascending. What do you think ascending means? It means going up. Okay, so here are some clues that you're doing this correctly. Is that the exponents add up to be what? 13. Okay, and then all you have to do is just list out the numbers from our Pascal's triangle, and then you have to go back and then write plus. So this would be 1 A to the 13th, B to the 0, plus 13A to the 12th, B to the 1st, plus 78, plus 288, plus 2, 715, plus 1287, plus 716, plus 716, plus 1287, plus 715, plus 286, plus 786, plus 13 A first, B to the 12th, and then plus 1 A to the 0, B to the 13th power. Now that seems like a lot of work, but remember this is going to be easier than expanding A plus B times 13. Remember, this is not, okay, this is an automatic F on the test if you try to distribute the 13. The reason why you can't do that is because you have addition here, and this does not apply to the laws of exponents. If you were thinking distribute, notice the difference here. This has multiplication. You can distribute that way. That's okay. This one you cannot do that. We forgot to clean this up. Now, there's two parts you need to clean up. Class, you ever write the number 1 in front of anything? No. And then B to the 0, it actually tells us B to the anything to the 0 power is just equal to 1. So I don't have to write anything to the 0 power. So I basically just copy all of it again. Notice my B values, I'm not writing the 1. Do you see that? So again, I don't write the 1 in front, the coefficient. Anything to the 0 power is just 1, so I'm not writing that. Anything to the first power we don't write. (288), a to the 10th, b to the 3rd, plus 715, a to the 9, b to the 4th, plus 1287, a to the 8th, b to the 5th. Again, as you're writing those, make sure you're adding those exponents to make sure that equals the exponent, the original exponent. 1716, a7, b6, 1716, a6, b7, plus 1287, a to the 5th, b to the 8th, 715, a to the 4th, b to the 9th, 286, a to the 3rd, b to the 10th, 78, a squared, b to the 11, plus, where am I at? 13, a, b to the 12th, plus b to the 13th. So the one in light blue, that is my answer.
I love math. You don't love math? What's wrong with you? I love math.
I love the Smiths. I said I love the Smiths. You predicted music.